In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to add a loan payment. From the main menu, click on Pro Package. You'll be at the Customer and Deals screen. First thing we need to do is locate our customer. We're going to apply this payment to Mr. Franklin's account. So click on the Customer Locator and double-click on Mr. Franklin. Now let's click on the Payments and Account Data tab and click on Add Payment. You'll be presented with a list of purchase orders that Mr. Franklin owes on. He only has one. We'll double-click on this one, 1004, and we get the Add Loan Payment screen. He bought the vehicle a month ago. It's a monthly payment, so he's right on time with his payment. We could just click on the Save Payment button down here, and we'd be done. But as you know, we run into a lot of irregularities in collecting payments. One of the things we run into is people who don't have the full payment. Let's say that Mr. Franklin comes in and says, geez, I'm really tight this month. I only have $200. You can click on the Odd Payment Calculator, enter $200, click on Make Correction, and it'll alter the numbers for the principal due and interest due to give you a $200 payment. Let's say that Mr. Franklin is really running tight this month, and he can only pay $150. At that point, his payment is less than the interest due. So we have to make an interest-only payment. Let's click on that button and type $150, and then click on Continue. You get a screen that tells you that it's going to find the closest date for the interest due, find the closest amount for the interest due, and date the payment for the date of the due interest. The detail field will tell you the actual date the payment was made. So let's click on Continue. And you'll see that to get the payment to come out close to $150, we have to post the payment for the date of April 2nd, which gives us $149.87. Actually coming up with an exact $150 would be almost impossible. It also lets you know that the interest payment was actually made on the 3rd. You could go ahead and click on Save Payment. Let's say that Mr. Franklin comes in June to make his first payment, which is 2 months late. We'll change the date to June 3rd, calculate payment. And let's say that he's short on money and he can only make 2 payments. We can use the payment forcing feature in the bottom left corner here and take 2 payments instead of the 3 that are required. Enter a 2 in there, click Calculate Payments, and it'll give you a payment equal to 2 payments. You can also use the payment forcing in the other direction, where let's say he's got a little extra money on June 3rd and he actually wants to pay an extra payment. We can come down here and set the payment forcing to 4, click on Calculate Payments, and now we've got 4 payments. Let's reset it with the Reset button, and let's save the payment. It'll generate a receipt that you can give Mr. Franklin. You can click on the little printer to print it out, or just hit Escape on your keyboard to close the screen. Let's go back to the customer screen, and you'll also notice that there are a number of other payment receipts that you can generate for this man. And you'll also notice that the balance has reflected the fact that he's made a payment. You can also take a look at the customer's history over on the right-hand side with the purchase order history. If you click on that, you can select a purchase order, hit Escape on your keyboard, and it'll show you what the balance for just that one purchase order is. Again, you can print the document by clicking on the printer or hit Escape to close it. The Open Account Summary shows any invoice that has a balance, and the Complete History shows balances that are unpaid and balances that are paid. The Complete History shows every transaction he's ever made with you. And that's how you add a payment and take a look at the customer's record. And that's the end of this tutorial.